The average person will try 126 diets in their lifetime, and 80% of people put the weight back on from their diet within 5 years. And what that means is diets just don't work. But why? And what does work then? Well, people who've lost weight successfully know these following 3 steps, and this video will walk you through all of them. Number 1 is understanding why your diet has failed you so many times, and it's not what you think. Number 2 is the 3 mistakes this then causes people to make. And number 3 is how you can not only lose weight, but use proven techniques to keep it off long term, even if you feel you've tried every diet out there. So on to step 1. It's a fundamental part, and it's the most overlooked step of the whole process. Understanding why you failed so many times on your diet. So most diets are very black and white. What I mean by that is you're either following them totally or not following them at all. So they encourage perfectionism through the rules they create, and that perfectionism makes it feel like it's very easy to go wrong and then be off the diet. Just a quick example of that is count points and have this exact number of points in your day. If you have more, then you feel you've ruined the diet. So what perfectionism leads to is your brain seeing the diet, like I said, as a very black and white thing, totally on the diet or totally off the diet, nothing in between. And life is unpredictable. So black and white dieting does not fit into most people's lives. Think about holidays, parties, Christmas, the weekends. How many times have you not done your diet because it just doesn't fit into what you're doing? The common thing to do is wait for a clear path when you feel there's no obstructions and you can do the diet perfectly. But that's a problem because it leads to inconsistency. When you can't do it, you don't do it. So throughout the year, there's all these periods of time where you're not doing the diet. It's that I can't, so I won't mindset. So another way to imagine diets is that they are labeled as your diet. So they're packaged into this thing. So imagine a circle with a clear outline that is very easy to cross. When you're doing it, you're doing it. When you cross that line, you're then not doing the diet. And that line is easily crossed with the unpredictableness of life and curveballs being thrown to you day by day. So what you do with doing a diet like this is you set yourself up for easy failure because it's very easy to cross that line. And this is another reason why a lot of people put the weight back on once they've lost it, because of this black and white mindset. When they're on the diet, they're on, but now, oh, I've lost the weight, so I'm off the diet. And they just revert to the behaviors they did before and end up overeating and putting the weight back on. So again, just to emphasize, totally on the diet, well, I need to, but then I don't. So I'm totally off the diet. There's nothing in between or no kind of maintenance. And like I said, most diets create this kind of thinking. And there's also a lot of links of the thinking involved in dieting, all the choices you have to make, to emotional eating, because thoughts, excessive thoughts, create overwhelm. And if you've learned that food is a quick and easy way to reduce stress and overwhelm, then your body, your mind will give you those urges and cravings to eat nice things. And also, and you can tell me if you've experienced this in the comments, when you are in the off the diet mode, your brain makes the most of it. It's that kind of thing of, ooh, we've been deprived, let's try and make the most of it because we don't know when we're going to get this food again. And so you end up eating everything and you then feel guilty and think, oh, why did I do that? But I know what you're thinking. I've tried every diet out there. What else is there to do? And this takes us on to step number 2, which is the 3 mistakes this then causes people to make, which is waiting to do their diet at the perfect time. So never being exposed to the situations they need to be exposed to learn, feeling like they failed, so then going even harder with the diet. So cutting calories even more, doing more exercise, making it even more likely that they're going to fail next time. And then number 3, switching to another diet, which seems different, but actually just causes the same problems a few months down the line. And most diets claim that they found that magic formula to help you lose weight, when in actual fact, all they're doing is helping you reduce your calories in different ways, whether it's through counting things, switching meals for shakes, and banning eating certain times of the day, or cutting out food groups like carbs or fat. And when it comes down to it, you have to ask yourself, will this way of eating work for me day in, day out, 365 days a year, and am I happy to eat this way going forward for the rest of my life? And will it fit in with how I do my life as well? For most people and most diets, that is a definite no. And that's why most people stop and give up once they've lost the weight, because the diet they're doing just isn't worth it. So now that you understand what not to do, you're ready for step 3. How you can not only lose weight, but use proven techniques to keep it off long term, even if you feel you've tried every diet out there. So imagine you're a gardener and plant a load of seeds in your garden. Will all of them sprout and grow? Do you expect them all to survive? Most likely not, but the ones that don't, you just replant and persevere with. The point is that there are many opportunities, and hopefully the majority are going to sprout and grow. This is the same with the solution to losing weight long term, which is building habits. And I know you probably know what a habit is and might be thinking, that's way too simple, Harry. But you want simple. And most people underestimate the habit approach for weight loss because it seems too simple. With habits, just like the gardener, you can decide on and plant various habits into your day or your week that are going to support your weight loss goal. Hopefully, most of the habits will be achievable, but each one is independent, and so no single habit depends on the other for it to have a benefit or an effect. This is very, very different to doing a diet where you have to be following the plan 100% for it to work. And if one thing goes wrong, then the whole diet goes out the window and you end up in that downward spiral of feeling guilty, possibly emotionally eating to make yourself feel better, and then deciding when you're going to start the diet again. And while all this is happening, you're not progressing with your weight loss goal. And the benefits of habits go way beyond what I've just explained. Let me give you 10 reasons to start building daily weight loss habits, and I'll give you some examples as well. But first, a quick word from one of my clients so that you know this stuff works.
The work you do is literally incredible. It just doesn't seem like real. It just doesn't seem like, and because you put so much trust into other stuff, and it's like, I'm not really 100% this is going to work. But it was like, I'm so glad I did it.
So on to the benefits. Number 1, habits don't create that black and white mindset. So you can always be doing something towards your health and weight loss, no matter how difficult your day is going. If you can't do a habit or even forget to do one, it doesn't have a big impact on your weight loss progress because you'll always have multiple habits on the go. So missing one won't be seen as a failure and make you give up on healthy living, meaning you stay more consistent and therefore you get better results. You can choose habits that suit you, plus add and remove ones you don't like or dislike, ones that work or don't work. And you can tone down or ramp up habits based on how busy you are in a given week. Or if you have a very different routine one week, like going on holiday, your diet doesn't have to go out the window. You can still go on walks or focus on protein in your meals or whatever habits you choose to fit in. Habits themselves cause less mental stress than diets because there's less precision involved. Think about counting calories in each meal versus the idea of a habit of including a portion of protein, the right amount of veg and fats in that meal. It's very different for the mind to deal with. And this helps with stress and eliminating emotional eating as well from that stress relief. But also this helps let go of that fear and anxiety around food, sometimes created by counting, weighing, and measuring everything that goes into your mouth. Habits also allow for gradual changes, making them easier to stick to. You can also use a habit to create a boundary. So for example, when I go out tonight, I'm only going to have 2 drinks. Instead of counting the calories in those drinks and working out like which drink is the best, all those kind of things, it's a lot simpler to think about, and when you build that habit, it just becomes automatic. And unlike restricted diets, habits can be varied and interesting, and that helps you continue to build them as well. And then finally, developing and maintaining healthy habits can boost your confidence and self-esteem because you are learning to stick to something and you are following through. And that builds self-trust because you're following through with things and proving to yourself that you trust in your own thoughts and abilities, as opposed to before when you were on and off the diet, failing all the time and thinking there was something wrong with you and not trusting your own ability to control yourself around food. So those are some of the benefits. And now here are some examples. And quick side note, there are unlimited number of habits you can incorporate. These are merely a quick selection that I know work really well for weight loss. Number 1, aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night and go to bed and get up at the same time every day. Eat 3 to 4 proper meals per day. Include a palm-sized portion of protein in each of those meals. Include 3 to 4 vegetables in each of those meals. Get 10,000 plus steps per day. Strength train 2 to 3 times per week. Drink 1.5 to 2 liters of water per day. Include some foods you really enjoy 2 to 3 times per week. Learn to and cook more food at home. Surround yourself with people who have active hobbies. And in reality, these habits can actually be made a little bit more specific as well. So for example, instead of get 10,000 steps per day, break it down. When I wake up, I'm going to go for a 10-minute walk in the morning before I do anything else. Or I'm going to include a purple fruit or vegetable in at least one of my meals per day. And because I know you'll really like this approach, if you comment habit below, I will personally send you a starter list of 100 great habits for weight loss. And while habits are awesome, one thing could stop them from helping you lose weight, and that's if you're an emotional eater. So go and watch this video now where I explain how to fix that too.